Coming up on the HTV News Show, we have information on the 7th grade trip, Nintendo World, and Love Your Pet Day. All this and much, much more coming up on this Thursday, February 23rd, 2023, Blue Day edition of the HTV News Show. Let's go.
Hey Crocker, welcome to the HTV News Show. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Riley. Let's go over to our top story.
Hi Crocker Vikings. We've had a quiet week on campus with most of the 7th graders and multiple staff members over in LA and San Diego. They come back tomorrow and we look forward to hearing more about their trip. Mrs. Slater sent along some photos and it looks like they're having a great time. We wish them safe travels home.
As the Crocker 7th graders are visiting Nintendo World at Universal, the company wants to get into the TV show and movie business as other video games are doing. The company will soon release its Super Mario Bros. Animated movie and wants to produce much more film content in the future.
Please remember to pick up and eat your food if your parents ordered it for you. Every day we have quite a bit of wasted food, which also means wasted money from the school district. So if you don't want it, please ask your parents to stop ordering. Thank you.
A few people have a birthday this week. Wish a happy birthday to Andonis, Kingston, Adrian, Sebastian, Leon, Alexandra, Aiden, Arjun, Abby, Henry, and Sophia. Have a good one.
Intramurals are going on tomorrow on Friday, February 24th for 6th graders. The teams that will be playing are the Celtics versus the Cavaliers, the 76ers versus the Kings, the Bucks versus the Nuggets, and the Pelicans versus the Heat. Make sure to show up for your games tomorrow at lunch, 6th graders.
We have some library news. Monday was Love Your Pet Day. Come check out everyone's pet photos in the library. It's also not too late to show off your pet. If you would still like to be included, send Mrs. Gilchrist a selfie of you and your pet. Be sure to include your pet's name. Votes for the California Young Reader Medal are due before we leave for spring break. You have a little over a month to get reading. See Ms. Gilchrist if you'd like more information.
Today we'll be learning more about a couple of electives. Mrs. Alex Sculpture and Photography class and Mr. Hager's Electronics class. Take it away.
I'm Maddie, and today I'm here with Miss Alec, and she is teaching
sculpture today.
So what do the students do in your class?
We build with a lot of different materials like wire, cardboard, and like sculpted clay so far this year.
So what do they make with those materials?
We've made bugs, we've copied things like replicating a camera out of cardboard. We did paper sculptures that were with patterns and color, repeating patterns.
That sounds really cool. So what makes your elective unique?
I think being able to make mistakes and try things and say, hey, this works or this doesn't work, and build something either that you just want for fun or see what you can create. So have a vision and then make it happen in 3 dimensions.
So what are some projects that you've made in your class so far?
Bug wire sculptures, standing, and then we did the paper relief, which was a repeating pattern, and how do you create the same sculpture piece over and over. And the one I love was the cardboard one, but it was really hard to actually make either an animal or an object out of cardboard.
And why did you decide to start teaching this elective?
I wanted to give students more opportunities with visual arts besides photography and ceramics and fine arts, and I kept thinking, what's one more thing that we could try? And it was building with different materials.
Nice, that sounds so cool. Thank you.
So we're learning about aperture, ISO, and shutter speed. So aperture is the blurriness of the photo, ISO is the amount of light you let in the camera, and shutter speed is how fast the camera takes the picture. So you can have like a frozen frame or like a blurry frame as well.
We upload them to Google Photos and we put them in a slideshow for an assignment, and then we record like what we used, so aperture, ISO, or shutter speed, and then we turn in the assignment.
So we'll be giving our photos to HTV, and they also might appear in our yearbook, so get ready for those.
This is the Electronics and Computers class taught by Mr. Hager, taught in the makerspace. Here you'll learn about electricity, electronic components, and much more that we see in the modern world. Some components include the breadboard, wires, microbits, resistors, LEDs, and much more. Brandon will give us some insight about these specific components.
After we learned how electricity flows through wires, we learned about the microbit. A microbit is a microprocessor that we can use our Chromebooks to program so that it can take in information and output LED lights. Our assignment was to make games using cardboard, markers, and a microbit to make a game that other students could play.
This is a game called Steal or Save made in Mr. Hager's Electronics and Computers class in the Makerspace. This game is where you start with a number, which is 111, and you can choose to either steal or save the other person's points.
If you want to save your points, you press the A button. And if you want to steal, you press the B. This game is called Catland, and it's a board game that's like Candyland. This game, you roll the microbit dice, and the number you get, you move that many spaces. If you land on a press A, you press the A button on the microbit, and it tells you to move forward or back.
Racing Roulette is a game made in the Electronics and Computers elective. It is when you program a microbit and you shake the microbit and it gives you a number, and then after the number it gives you either a check mark or an X, and if it's an X then you have to move back and you win by getting on the finish line exactly.
I hope you enjoyed the show.
Signing off, I'm Riley.
And I'm Caitlin.
Bye.